Let's start with a breaking update coming in. As far as Donald Trump is concerned, we're learning that US President Donald Trump has indicated that he may introduce new tariff on agricultural imports from India, mainly the Indian rice and fertilizers from Canada, as well as trade discussion between both the countries continue without any major progress. So this is a statement that has been made by Donald Trump. In fact, he has indicated that there is a possibility of new tariffs as far as Indian rice is concerned. President Donald Trump has signaled the possibility of new tariff on Indian rice, raising concern that the trade negotiation between US and the national capital may remain unsettled. The remarks were made at the White House event announcing additional support for the US farmers. They have in fact said that the rice imports from India, Vietnam and Thailand are hurting them and also adding pressure to the sector already affected by inflation and trade action. Now this is very important because the farmers of the United States remain the key voter base of Donald Trump, and that is why he's paying heed to one of their demands, and that is to impose new tariffs as far as Indian rice is concerned. Have a look.
But I wish I was here under better terms. I'll tell you, I think the rice industry thanks you sincerely for what you have done for the California rice market and to Japan. It has been monumental for our industry, but us in the South are really struggling. I mean, this is not just a crisis. I would say it's almost a market dynamics that really are true anti-competitive nature, right? So it follows what you sent out this weekend, and we do believe that countries are dumping rice into this country today. We've never seen imports this great.
Which countries?
India, Thailand, even China into Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico used to be one of the largest markets for U.S. rice. We haven't shipped rice into Puerto Rico in years. So this has been happening for years. It didn't start during your administration, but unfortunately we're seeing it in a much bigger way now. The tariffs are working, but we need to double down because
you want more. I mean,
well, they're cheating, right? They're they're just subsidizing and then
India. Tell me about India. Why is India not allowed to do that? They have to pay tariffs. Do they have an exemption on rice?
No, sir. We're still working on their trade deal. So
yeah, but they should be dumping. I mean, I heard that from others. So you can't do that.
There's a WTO case against India
Give me
right now.
Give me the countries, if you could. Go ahead. India. Who else?
So India.
Mark it down. What'd you say?
Yes, sir.
India, Thailand, China into Puerto Rico, not into the continental U.S., but into Puerto Rico. Those are the main culprits.
So Puerto Rico used to do a lot of business, and now you
100%. Puerto Rico was U.S. based.
All right.
And
so
now
easy to settle. Okay.
But there's others too, and I can get you a full list.
Give me a full list. Yeah.
Of course I can.
All right.
So
go ahead.
Let me go across to KP Fabian, former diplomat. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. How do you look at this statement by Donald Trump? Once again, he's going to impose additional tariff, and this time, as far as Indian rice is concerned, it is understandable that his loyal voter base has been the farmers, and he's addressing their concerns as well. But how, according to you, will this affect the trade negotiation that is going on between US and India?
Thank you. I think we have to speak plain English. President Trump continues to do strange things. This is not the way to run, trade policy. But having said that, I think, my view is that we have not established a rapport with Trump. And Trump is a very difficult person to deal with. But we have, as I had explained earlier, made things even more difficult in the context of Sindoor. So what is necessary is to have a channel, a back channel sort of channel with Trump and tell him that this is not on and that it is, he has already sort of done considerable damage to India-US relations. And if he continues to do that, well, it will not be in America's interest or even his own interest.
Absolutely. If, in fact, additional tariffs are imposed now, it is expected that the trade negotiation will be heating up. Thanks so much for connecting with us and getting your perspective on this story. Moving on and shifting our focus to what else Donald Trump has said. In fact, we're learning that US President Donald Trump has called a fine that has been imposed on Elon Musk's social media company X by European Union tech regulators a nasty one, and said that he did not understand how they could justify this move. Remember, X was fined 120 million euros, that is $140 million by EU tech regulators last week for breaching online content rules. And now Donald Trump has said that Europe is going in some bad direction. For more on this, let me go across to Patikrit Pine, a geopolitical analyst. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. How do you look at this, in fact, the fine that has been imposed by the EU regulator on X for violating some of the rules? Now, there is a crackdown as far as Donald Trump is concerned. He has called this a nasty one. Your reaction to this?
Well, European Union has its own regulatory process in place, and social media or digital media companies in today's era, we know, have become extremely powerful, and the way they operate sometimes are, needs to be controlled. And therefore, if EU has decided that some kind of a action or penalty has to be imposed, it's up to EU to decide that. Now, the problem with the Trump administration, and especially with President Trump, is that he thinks he can impose any kind of arbitrary tariff on any countries, anything he feels like. But no one can ever touch any American company. This kind of a double standard, I think, is not helping, United States so far as relations with India or any other country or, union is concerned. I don't think this kind of a statement on European Union is going to, hamper or make you have a second thought so far as those fines are concerned, because it has become a necessity. I think a time would come when India would have to do the same, because yes, it is true these companies have become inevitable for the daily life of people, but at the same time, some kind of a regulatory norm or regulatory imposition of penalties at times is needed to be shown that who is the boss. I don't think this kind of statement would help so far as ensuring that some kind of a regulation is there so far as digital media companies are concerned. Trump being Trump, he would continue to do these things, but one should ask Trump as to what he did with Elon Musk so far as electric vehicles are concerned, and why was then he felt that it was necessary to bring some of Elon Musk companies into task. He did the same thing as well with Trump, with Musk. Back to you.
Absolutely. And Donald Trump on the other side, in fact, saying that Europe is now moving in a very bad direction.